I think it's impossible. I mean, like, they can try and try, but they will die in the sand.
We will beat SK by playing our game, stay confident, and it's gonna take a lot from us, and we're ready to give it all.
I have 2 words, no chance.
Normally, Dan, I'm a vegetable salesman, but today, all I have to serve you is fruit from the labor of one of these 2 teams trying to make it into the last semi-final spot. We've got a good crowd behind us. Hello, guys. We've got some Brazilians in the crowd as well. I see you guys. Any Fnatic fans in the crowd? Any SK fans in the crowd? Damn.
All right. Well, okay, James, so I had SK on this game. I thought they were going to take this, but with the map veto, now I'm not so convinced. I'm with Sean. I think this is going to go Fnatic's way. Inferno, great start for them. They get to kick things off on the aggressive side, and they're going to go banana. High-octane action from the start, Fallen. That's a very nice beginning for him as he falls back to another angle. And JW is going to hesitate here. They want to push this too quickly, letting the grenades do the work before finally starting to try to make their way forward. But Fur is lurking by the coffins. He needs to get more than just some damage, needs some frags before the bomb goes down. But there's the reinforcements for SK.
For holding the construction position for the time being that Flash is looking to fight. Grenades won't do much on this occasion, but the guns will. Phelps taken down eventually, but there's a man advantage for SK. They are very good at these retakes. coldzera still creeping up banana for the time being. I don't know if there's a hit on the players who are dead, and there's a third joining them as well. Got to speed this up now, Taco and Cold. They need to find these eliminations. Fnatic playing the long game. We've got a grenade here for Taco, but surely he can't have a 10-second defuse. This is not realistic. Down he goes. That leaves coldzera alone. I don't think this is going to work out for SK. Might be about money now for coldzera, keeping these players contained on the site, but a pistol round is Fnatics.
There it is. Necro gets himself a nice little headshot right in the end. And indeed, the round is secured, as is the money. Money in the bank. And I'm sure we'll get some more money generated by Fnatic here. Now, obviously, Mac-10s are surely going to come out. And this is a brilliant start here for Fnatic. We all know how annoying it is to play that CT side without the utility early on. This was a very straightforward round from Fnatic, and I like that we didn't see anything too elaborate. That said, Fallen's on the scout. This round is not without its dangers here for Fnatic if they're indecisive.
Yeah, I think it might be restarted because Fnatic have not left T-spawn at the moment. So while we have a second, this map veto is really interesting, especially if it gets down to Mirage, because what a lot of people might not realize is that a few teams have actually been running Fnatic strats on Mirage, on the T side. When you see those fast speed splits, you've seen it from Virtus Pro, you've seen it from SK previously as well. Those are Fnatic strats. So I'm really curious to see if they have a counter, if we get down to that third map. But for now, Inferno, in the predictions, I did pick Fnatic as well. I wasn't particularly planning to pick against SK in any particular match, but Fnatic are my dark horse for this tournament. And I think that they are yet to show us their peak. Maybe this is the time to do it.
Absolutely, I agree with you. The Mirage factor, I think, with Crims's performance, he is one of the most amazing players on that map, just in the history of that map, and especially now that he's found his form again into this major, I think that could be an explosive finish. And I think we're set up for the long haul here, James. I think this is going to go all the way right to the end, and that is a very exciting prospect. But as far as SK goes on Inferno, I think there are a lot of questions to be asked. Again, much like they said on the desk, when Phelps was in the lineup, Inferno was never the go-to of SK.
Yeah, this is a really interesting scenario, especially with Fnatic winning the pistol round on the T side. So there's a comms server issue which is being resolved, and maybe the round is about to be reset. Indeed, it is. We should be back in very shortly indeed. So Fnatic off to a great start. See if they get reset. SK always dangerous, even with Phelps as a stand-in. I mean, he's not quite a coach position, so they're still an extremely dangerous team, but obviously, we know they haven't practiced. They've been focusing on the long term with bolts, so it may be a bit put together at short notice, but they are still very intelligent players. So the unpause is here, and we are ready for round number 2.
So the question really here is how Fnatic will approach this round. Again, if they've done their research, maybe they have been able to spot some of the ways that, some of the tendencies of SK when they're in a force buy scenario like this on the CT side of Inferno. And it's very dangerous, honestly. There's loads of great applications for utility from the CT side, as well as the CZs, the Scout, in fact, from Fallen, which he's picked up. We see the smoke onto Phelps as well. So, again, lots of danger. Fnatic, they may want to just take it slow to begin with, make sure that they don't get surprised early on. But I think around the 1 minute mark, we'll start to see them really make some moves here. And they've already got top banana, they've got that information. Fallen's working onto some picks. That could have been very scary indeed. Fallen whiffs the shot though. And that will be Fnatic still standing with 5 members, full health. And the map control situation for them is fantastic at the moment.
The T side for SK is going to be really interesting as well. I know on Overpass he said that some of the rounds they lost were his fault from the calling. So I think a lot of things might be being done on the fly for SK, so there's lots of opportunity here for Fnatic. But first, they need to finish off this round. We reached the 1 minute mark. There are no smokes down for the CT side. Taka will trade with Deagle shot, pick up the Scout once again, but they haven't had much success tagging players. SK still with 2 players towards the B bomb site. But Fnatic are holding in the middle position for the time being. Not quite sure what is going on.